Miyamoto and I often talk about games. Hori-san, he always has positive things to say about your games.
I see.
In particular, their tempo. Is that something you consciously work on getting right?
I really do. For example, little things here and there with the controls not feeling right and such can really grate the player's nerves if the tempo isn't right.
Gameplay does go on for a very long time.
So I'd actually say it's better if the player controls unconsciously.
Yeah,
You have to be able to not think about the controls.
And that's not an easy task.
Ichimura-san, I imagine you take strict orders from Hori-san to fix various issues.
that's right. Hori knows what it takes to fix the tempo. If something a little off catches his attention while playing the game, he quickly tells me to change it. And a lot of the time when he points these things out, we can't see them at first, but eventually we get it. Like pushing a button and the page doesn't advance quite right, the timing is off. That can be annoying, and it does hurt the tempo. We fix that.
Or not being able to read the dialogue sometimes.
He brings up a lot of meticulous issues, like how the door doesn't quite react how it should when pushing the button to open it, and how little things like this can really get on the player's nerves. The development team and I take in a lot of issues like this from Hori-san and really end up fine-tuning the games. He's exactly right that the players need to be unaware of the controls.
Which leads to my point that Miyamoto's team here at Nintendo deals with exactly the same sort of issues when making action games.
Right, those controls are fluid.
Yes, and as Miyamoto always says, any control element that doesn't feel right will eventually get on the player's nerves, so all the negative control elements have to be chipped away until the controls are condensed to a fluid, responsive level. Miyamoto's team is highly skilled at this process in the action game genre. And with your team, even though the genres are completely different, I see a similar talent, allowing players to venture into the game world without feeling any unnecessary stress. I feel that both your teams are the best in Japan at achieving those results for their particular genre.
Thank you very much.
I think this is the key factor in people believing in the quality of the Dragon Quest series. Players know that when buying the game, they won't be disappointed.
Right.
There's one thing your team has in common with Miyamoto's team, Hori-san.
What's that?
When the player goes through a lot of trouble to get somewhere, they're guaranteed something in return.
I see.
I mean, there's never a time when the player is led to a far-off place and ends up with nothing.
It's important for players to feel at ease. I think they're a little uneasy when starting a new game, kind of wondering if they're doing everything right, so giving them a little reassurance really helps a lot.
Right, so they know they're going in the right direction.
Exactly.
Knowing that they're playing right makes them want to keep playing.
And as they continue to play correctly, the game rewards them with positive feedback, that they are getting further in the game. This feeling of actual accomplishment is what keeps them playing, right?
That's right.
Players would think, eventually I'll be able to defeat the tough enemies in a single blow if I keep trying,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
In 1, we made the major decision of not having a game over sequence when dying. Usually when you die in a game, it's all over.
True.
Yeah, I think with the other games when it was just game over, you felt done. With Dragon Quest, it was the last save point. You lose a little gold, but you've accomplished something.
Yes, I agree. I'd say another thing Dragon Quest excels at is always pulling in new players, while at the same time being able to keep its deep fan base satisfied that's been playing the series for years. Usually, if a game in the industry is made for light gamers, the advanced gamers want nothing to do with it.
Right, right.
But why don't your games have that sort of effect, Mr. Hori?
Well, I can't say for sure. I'm a gamer myself from back in the day, but maybe it's just from lowering the first hurdle to clear in order to get started, but not making it too low anywhere.
Right.
Probably it's because you've made it so that only those who want more will be able to dig deeper.
Right. Players have been able to choose how to play for a while now, with paths set up for light gamers or those who really want to dig deep. So I wouldn't call it a game for heavy gamers only.
With 9, it's amazing to see how many core things ended up in the game.
Yeah.
Like with all the skill points.
Yeah, it's set up like that, and players don't really have to go through it to advance the story. But the players who do want to go through it can take a peek and say, hey, it looks like there's still something I can do in that place.
There's a lot of depth.
Yes, I guess you could say it was designed to encourage players to sort of try new things and go new places.
But if too much of these possibilities are readily visible to anyone, that might confuse players into wondering whether they're supposed to go there to advance a story, and it can become a burden. I'd say the way you've kept players from feeling that burden is basically making it playable for all types of gamers.
Yeah, that's true.